We are live. We're back. Another Can We Keep It Real podcast. And I think the colors on my shirt are throwing up the green screen a little bit. How we doing, everybody? Couple days closer to Rhode Island high school football. It's going to be an exciting season. A lot of great injury fun games going on. I think the games over at Top of Field is going to be pushed from the second. It's going to be actually on the first. So if people are expecting to go to the games on Top of Field, that game has actually been moved to the first. We've seen some great scrimmages. We're going to give a few people some time to get in here. We're going to talk to a member of the United States Air Force. Salute to our friends in our armed forces. A lot of people remember a few weeks ago, I went to back up Lieutenant Colonel Jason Dean, who was a retired Ranger. They wouldn't let him coach for personal reasons, but, we love our armed forces, so we're always going to give them a shout out and see what they have to say. But I want to thank the people that helped me make this possible, and if you want to be a sponsor, you want to help promote the program, just send me a message and we'll definitely make that happen.
What Mikey does. Sometimes I'm like, yo, you over the edge, TMZ with it. But
the boy gonna do you something nasty.
I hate to say it, more times than not, he get the results he want.
Right, and to be honest with you, I honestly don't think it's over. Honestly, I think exactly what this state needs. We've always needed a platform where we can call out the nonsense,
the repercussions.
And give people the props that they deserve and call out the people who are full of it. And honestly, I think that more and more people are starting to utilize Mike's platform for that. And honestly, I know a lot of folks, a lot of people talk to me, oh, Emerson, like you're on there and you talk this and you talk that. And I'm like, listen, I said, name one thing that he's been wrong about. And then there's silence.
But boy.
Right.
Because they know. Because honestly, like that stuff that's being exposed, they're like, oh damn, how did he find out about it? And again, Mike has his sources, and I never get into that. But at the end of the day, what he exposes is the truth, and people don't want to hear that. They want to hear the watered down version. They want to hear, I don't know how he found that out, blah blah blah. But they want to duck and dodge and this and that. And, there's no need for that. It's like, okay, we need to bring a level of respect back to coaching and administration and stuff like that. And honestly, when people get called out like that, they call out the nonsense, and that's exactly what we need.
Y'all better stop playing with that boy.
Oh, the alignment's good for football. On second thought, dude, you crapped on it this whole video, man.
Sitting there like I have no clue what I'm doing. Like I was just keeping my hands out of it, and people were just taking shots at her left and right, and it was. I mean, for me, it was.
Dude, he said, I have no idea what I'm doing. We know that. But what you meant to say was like, I had nothing to do with this. No, you called out a parent. I have never, ever, ever called out a parent, man. Never crossed that line, man. That's unprofessional, man. You work for the Journal, man. Like, I don't know.
Yeah, I told Mike, I said, I got my connections like Huggy Bear, but Mikey's more like J. Jonah Jameson. I don't know.
Here we are. We back. Everybody, man. We're getting ready for injury fun coming up. But tonight we're going to talk to United States Air Force. Sean, is it Preece or Pierce? Welcome.
No,
how you doing?
Yeah, it's Preece. Yeah.
Welcome, Sean Preece. How you doing? You're the representative for Rhode Island, right?
That's correct. Yeah, Rhode Island, from about Warwick and up to Situate area, and then even across into a little bit of like Seekonk, Massachusetts. So I just touch a little bit of Massachusetts. So
Excellent.
yeah.
And you have other people in your network that cover most of the schools in Rhode Island. What do we have? Like maybe 43 schools. Every school you have a representative there.
Yeah, just about. So, the Warwick recruiter, his name is Technical Sergeant Jacob Escarago, a wonderful person. He's out of the Warwick office. He covers from the Warwick line down to into Westerly, even going into Block Island. So, he covers that area. We have some recruiters that are part of our team in Groton, Connecticut, sorry. And then if you head up to the north, we have another wonderful, wonderful person, Technical Sergeant Corey Gordon, just a wonderful guy. Anyway, he covers from like North Smithfield up into Woonsocket and into Lincoln and some other parts of Massachusetts as well. Great people, every single one of them. I consider my brothers. So, yeah.
Now, when I talked to you off the air, you mentioned it's more about being a mentor to a lot of these kids in high school.
Yeah, 100%, Mikey. I honestly, like at the end of the day, right? So sometimes schools, maybe even like sports, whether it be coaches, athletic directors for schools, I think my biggest thing, right, when I reached out to you, I said, like, this isn't about recruiting individuals, right? Bringing them into like the Air Force or the Space Force, whatever it is. We want to be mentors, right? We want to take care of these kids. Like a lot of these kids don't have direction, you know what I'm saying? And so like coaches, they do a lot, like an extreme amount. Coaches, assistant coaches, and we want to be there to help them, to assist them, to be there to help build these individuals and create just people that will give back to society, will be a benefit to society.
And you have been doing that in Smithfield Hockey. You did a team building event, and also over at Cranston West. Let's talk about them events.
Yeah, no, awesome. So yeah, my biggest thing, right, is about creating unity in that team, right? It's dangerous when you have a team where everyone's doing something different, right? And I'm pretty sure every coach can attest to that. I grew up playing baseball. That was my sport. I played high school and even a little bit of summer baseball for my university. And when everyone's on a different page, everyone's doing something different, there isn't communication, you start seeing a breakdown, right? Or one person thinks they're better than the rest and they can handle it all and take everything on, then you see that team crumble. So I've in the past with these two schools, I have conducted team building events. So basically it's kind of like an obstacle, right? A challenge for them. And we base it a little bit using some of the Air Force techniques, like, a team camaraderie type deal. And so I also, whenever I do that, right, I always involve the leaders. So like team captains, I'll bring those individuals aside if the team is struggling to complete a task. And I'll say, hey, what do you guys think about this? Like, what are your thoughts? And it's really cool because it allows the coaches to kind of sit back and analyze and see who maybe are leaders that they didn't think were. Or maybe even, hey, like that, there's this individual who's dominating everything. Maybe we need to pull him back a little bit, give other people a chance to, be a part of that, a team player. So yeah, I'll pull all the team captains aside and say, hey, what do you think's going on? Like, where do you see some difficulties, challenges? Like, what's happening? And they all brainstorm. I'll give them like 5-10 minutes just to talk amongst each other. And and try to solve whatever the challenge is, right? And so I think it's really cool just to see the development and to sit back and look at the boys, right? Look at these boys like work together. And allows the coach a little bit of time to kind of sit back and look at that and see.
And I know you were saying you was looking for Rhode Island high school football coaches that was interested in doing these team building exercises, and I'm sure I already told you we found you a couple. And we have a lot of coaches, from St. Ray's to Central to, I think I seen the Tolman coach watching tonight. And I'm sure these coaches would be interested because, we are in a higher percentage of fatherless homes. I think Coach Pennington told me 75%. So 3 out of 4 homes, we're in a fatherless home. So all these coaches, Phil Bryant said to me, shout out to even the good coaches and the bad coaches, because at least they're doing something for these kids too, so we need more mentors for sure.
No, that's amazing, Mikey. Honestly, what you're doing here, I think, is wonderful. Like, just I want to say thank you for even giving me this opportunity, because I'm one person for 18 high schools that I cover in Rhode Island. Plus, like we were talking about, all the other recruiters, right? So for us to reach out to these coaches and be like, hey, we offer this. They're busy, They're busy. I understand that. They're working men, women. They go to school, they coach these individuals, and then they come home, and guess what's on their mind? The kids. Like, the kids are on their mind, and it's tough to disconnect and whatnot. So I want to say just thank you to the high school coaches out there now. What you're doing, like, if I could look back, if I could tell my coach, the main coach that I had, he's no longer alive, but the coach that I had, if I could say thank you for being there, I would. He made a huge impact on me. So thanks for everything you coaches do out there. And like I said, it's team building events, but we also want to recognize the players, right? So like, if you see individual players that are leaders, that are taking, they got the grit, as we like to say, right? They put in the work, put in the time. I want to recognize them. The Air Force wants to recognize them. And so we have awards that we can give to those individuals. And that's like probably one of my favorite things to do. Like, just you see their faces light up, and it's something extra to put on a resume, right? Or something extra to motivate them. If y'all want to nominate some of these players, like, let me know. I'll come and give it to them personally, shake their hand, and yeah.
That is awesome. And I know a lot of these coaches, and it kind of made me think, as much slack as I give a lot of these coaches, and they know I do, deep down, I do appreciate a lot that they do, because you're absolutely right. Some of these kids, they don't even want to go home some nights. The safest place they are is at that field. I know schools like Central deal with it. Shade deals with it. Tolman deals with it. A lot of these, Hope deals with it. A lot of these inner city schools, and not excluding, like, EWG has these problems too. So these coaches are they're definitely needed. And I think that's awesome. And we're definitely going to get some kids nominated by the Air Force this year. I promise you that. Can We Keep It Real podcast? And all the coaches that come on my program, I'm sure there's going to be a lot of coaches that are interested to participate with what the Air Force is doing. Now, before I let you go, if somebody is interested in joining the Air Force, how would they do that?
Yeah. Thank you so much for asking that question. So, I myself, right, Technical Sergeant Sean Preece. My office is 47 Eagle Street, right, in Providence, Rhode Island. You can give me a call, right? My work phone is 603-988-9413. I also have an Instagram. I'm pretty active on the Instagram and Facebook. It's at Air Force Providence. And if this is something they're interested in, my main goal is to find out what they need out of life, what are their plans, and if the Air Force can help them meet those goals, meet those plans. I would love to have them and bring them and their parents, anyone in their life that's important. And, because it is a big decision, right? So I want to make sure the whole family's on board, right? Them and their family. But yeah, if you have any questions, any additional information, anything like that, let me know. If you have any students that are interested or any of the players that are interested, just let me know. Shoot me a call, a text message, whatever is easiest for you.
And the Air Force is going to give us some swag to give out, right, to some of our listeners.
You bet. Yeah. So actually, I brought some with me just to like kind of an example, right? So I love going out and visiting some of these, some of the, like just during practices, right? Like I'll bring Gatorades to your teams. Like I'll come out there, just say, hey, I'll bring Gatorades. We got some gym towels here. I got protein shaker bottles. I don't know if you can see that. They're pretty cool. They even got like the little container in there. Yeah, and man, we got Bluetooth speakers, cell phone chargers. Like we got a lot of stuff for these kids. Like a lot of them don't. A lot of these inner city kids too, like they just don't have that kind of stuff. We like to give back to the community. That's our biggest thing. We just want to be. I want to be a valuable resource to you coaches, to the students, and just make sure everyone's taken care of in the community. That's my number one, just to be there as a mentor. So
look at that. We have Stephanie Howard Porter says Air Force family. Her son is applying to the Air Force Academy.
Wonderful.
That awesome, is Stephanie. Awesome.
Yeah, that's good stuff. We need leaders, so.
That's right, and we're gonna have some things to give away. We're gonna have you and some of your recruiters back on throughout the football season. We're gonna put you in contact with some football coaches. West Warwick already said they are interested. I believe Coventry said they are interested as well. Coach Goodhart, So, and I'm sure after tonight, a lot of other coaches will be definitely reaching out to you, and we're gonna get some kids nominated as well.
Yeah, wonderful. Thank you so much. Thank you, Mikey, for having me on here. I honestly, it's a pleasure. I appreciate you taking the time. I mean, I'm sure there's a lot of other people, a lot of other coaches you could have on this and give this time to. So I really do thank you for letting me be here.
As soon as you reached out to me, I was honored myself. Thank you. I appreciate everything you do as well, and we would like to. Keep you coming on, and let's keep it going. We're almost getting into the football season. A lot of injury-fun games, and this Thursday coming up, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday. So a lot of games. So stay tuned to Can We Keep It Real podcast for all your football news and updates. Thank you. Appreciate it. Sean Preece.
Thank you, Mikey. Hey, have a good night.
You as well. We'll talk to him soon. That's Air Force Providence _Providence. We definitely gonna have him on soon. We're gonna have some swag to give away. Them Air Force towels were pretty cool. See, there's some Bluetooth speakers. So stay tuned. One of our congratulations to Air Force family. Her son is applying for the Air Force Academy. We need to see more of that. Some people know Wes Pennington. He's actually a former Ranger. Lieutenant Colonel Jason Dean up there, Cumberland Clippers, Army Ranger, 3 tours of active combat. And it's all about these kids, right? It's all about nominating them for some. That's so cool. Imagine having an Air Force award hanging up. Your family comes on Thanksgiving. You're looking over at it. My son has these certificates from the State House, and I look at them, and maybe to some people it's just a piece of paper, but to me it means something. If it don't mean anything to anyone else, it means something to the individual. And you heard them, some of these inner city kids, they have been given nothing their entire life. Growing up in Providence, I can kind of relate to that a little bit. If you want a son, you had to go out and take it and get it, So it's awesome to nominate any of these kids with an award And if they could make a great man out of one of these kids and join the Air Force, maybe they don't want to go to college. And there's jobs in the military, just like there's civilian jobs, contractors, electricians, plumbers, dishwashers, cooks. You know, they need it all. So I actually used to this dude Vance that I used to know, he was a truck driver for the Air Force. And very, very smart individual. So we're going to get into a little bit of injury fun talk. It was nice to have the Air Force join us tonight. Let me get this up here. Let me get a quick video in here, and then I could pull up what I need to get for some of the injury fun games that I wanted to talk about. Oh, the alignment's good for football on second thought. Dude, you crapped on it this whole video, man. And I haven't even got on you for going after the parents at East Greenwich, man. I wish I had that video uploaded.
And she posts the whole message. And I think she thought that the whole internet was going to be like, yeah, you got him, go, you go, girl. This is where the Karens make mistakes, because the internet did not like what she wrote. And the internet proceeded to attack. And I was just sitting there like, I have no clue what I'm doing. Like, I was just keeping my hands out of it, and people were just taking shots at her left and right. And it was, I mean, for me, it was...
Dude, he said, I have no idea what I'm doing. We know that. But what you meant to say was like, I had nothing to do with this. No, you called out a parent. I have never, ever, ever called out a parent, man. Never, never crossed that line, man. That's unprofessional, man. You work for the Journal, man. Like, I don't know. Wins. Not everybody. The older coaches. They want to cry. They want to go to these RIIL meetings, and they want to cry. We're not competitive. We can't do this. I can't be in. What are we doing here?
Oh, he wilding right now.
Stay out here. Rhode Island, stand up, man. I'm trying to put on for my city.
Football in Rhode Island, bro.
I'm trying to put on for my city, man.
Alright. Be honest with you.
They almost had me on a Quiddy Pay helmet, a replica helmet, autographed for $200. They almost had me. You think it was? I mean, not saying it's not worth $200, you know, but maybe another time. Yep, there was a replica Quiddy Pay helmet, $200. I was thinking, it would be nice, you know, put on the table over here. But look, I got a new monitor. You really can't see it because of it's an ultra wide LG. I think it's like a 32 inch. Always trying to improve. Shout out to Stephanie Howard Porter. Son's applying for the Air Force, and we thank the Air Force Sean Preece for coming on. If you want to reach out to him, I'll put his just go over to Instagram at Air Force_Providence, I believe it is. So yep, you could just go over there at Air Force_Providence. And keep listening at Facebook, CWKIR podcast. All right, so we're talking some of the injury fun games. And Sean, you could just back out of the screen if you have other things to do. I could see you down there. You don't have to stay on. But thank you. Appreciate you coming on. You can, if you want to stay on, it's up to you. Have a good night. All right there. I just seen him at the bottom of the screen, and sometimes people, I just wanted to let him know that he can you can go over there at facebook.com or Twitter. We're live on Twitter right now. Instagram don't let us go live, but I think we're gonna go over to Restream and see how Restream's doing. But what do we think of these injury fun games? Already September 1st is here. We're gonna get with it. Who do you like for the injury fun games? You know, these games are gonna be, I think we're back to 2 quarters. So now I hope I don't see none of these stats up on Max Preps, because you know how last season who had stats up on Max Preps. I hope Tolman utilizes Max Preps. I hope St. Ray's definitely utilizes Max Preps. Tell your coach to utilize Max Preps. And listen, coaches, I could get the stats put up on Max Preps for you. Message me, and I'll work out the details with you. Shout out to the Air Force Providence. Definitely get with them. I appreciate Sean Preece coming on, and we're definitely going to have him on again. So shout out to him. And his number is 603-988-9413. He's down at 47 Eagle Street, Providence, Rhode Island. That's where there used to be a flea market there at one point of time. Yeah, I remember that old property. Okay, so 6 p.m., Cranston East is going to be at Cranston Stadium, Middletown, and Cranston East. A lot of these times, I'm not even sure of what time these games are going to go on, because I know that they've been switched because we don't have no referees, because the Referee Association appoints a new president, and not everybody's happy with the decision, which kind of like the Coaches Association. How come coaches don't vote for the new president? And how come officials, well, you're going to say, yeah, they do vote, but who determines who's up for election? Say if the kid Sheridan, just I'm picking him because I don't know him. He's the youngest coach in the league, and I know they won't allow him in the association. So say Sheridan says, I want to run for president. How does that work? Can he run? I know coaches that ask to be part of the association, and Lehman says you don't have enough time in yet. So, but how exactly does that work if you want to be part of the association? But now we have referees that don't want to. They just ain't driving with the new president. And this is the problem with officiating. It's still the Rhode Island politics that go along with it, and it's the go along, get along gang. It is what it is. It's like lay down or get down. But all that's going to stop. So you're going to have over at Cranston Stadium, Cranston East and Middletown. A lot of people talking about Middletown, the Christian Dimry kid that was over at EWG. Is he going to make a big difference on that Middletown team? We're definitely going to have to see what other pieces Middletown really has. But some coaches said Middletown is going to be a good program. Cranston East and Woonsocket, Charlie V-Ball, Cranston East. Pontigansett played them the other day. They had a good little scrimmage there. East Greenwich and Middletown. What else? Let's see. EG and Woonsocket. EG, I'm not sure how competitive EG is going to be. Are they going to make the playoffs in Division 2? That is a good question, because out of the 7 teams, only 4 are going to make it on each side. So who makes the playoffs? So what else we have over here? And then so you got Middletown and Woonsocket. So yeah, they all play for about 2 quarters apiece. And then West Warwick High School is going to be another field that is going to host some injury-fun games. West Warwick High School and Barrington, so we'll get to see what Barrington has. I actually have some of their film. I've seen it floating around on Twitter. Hey, some of these kids, right, a little spicy that they didn't get the starting position, right? So I was watching something, and they was like, listen, when my team does this, we're going into Wildcat. I was like, yo, dude's a spicy man, giving out their program secrets. West Warwick and Pilgrim is going to battle it out. West Warwick and Tollgate. Is Tollgate going to be part of this injury fun game? Last I knew, as of last Friday, I don't think Tollgate has had a padded practice yet. It's not going to be easy. You ain't going to come over from college and just have a coffee break. If you want to be, you got to be in all the way if you want to be a coach in Rhode Island football. I mean, we're trying to make this better. Barrington and Pilgrim. So we're going to go with the triple option over there. I mean, that's what Barrington always brings. How's Blizzy Blake going to do? Pilgrim, one of the division favorites this year to make a playoff spot. Blizzy Blake's going to be part of our Coaches Pick'em show. We're going to have coaches this year on Thursday night. Now you're going to see your favorite coaches pick who they think is going to win this season. The Coaches Pick'em Challenge. And at the end of the season, we're going to have an award. We'll have a champion. That's going to be what's up. We're going to have Blizzy Blake, Gary Goodhart, Coach Piver is going to be part of that. Ponaganson's going to be in with Cliff Fulton handling the media obligations for Coach Cook. I believe Coach Dunbar is going to be down for that. We'll see if we can get Coach Washington with his busy-ass schedule. Speaking of Coach Washington, I got a bone to pick with this dude. Now, listen, Mikey. Not really. All I wanted to tell you guys is just go over there and check out at Recover Rhode Island on the corner of Washington and Nice Street. Go to Instagram at Recover Rhode Island. You know, if you're injured or, definitely go talk to Mike and his staff over there and see if you can get on the field a little bit quicker with some nice muscle therapy, what they have going on. And, Breakthrough had a great season. Thank you. Appreciate it. Big shout out to Keith Croft, Elite Football Schools. Challenge yourself like never before. I always want to thank the people that helped me make this possible. Rogers and Mount Hope, them games has actually been pushed over to the first, I believe. Let's see. Where did I see? I don't know. Injury fun games are the Mount Pleasant injury fun game. Mount Pleasant and Central. That is going to be Providence going to have some good injury fun games over there at Conley Stadium. Mount Pleasant and Classical. That's going to be a good matchup. Them two teams are probably evenly matched, right? Who's the better coach there? McCall or Addy? My man Jay Addison. What's up, Coach Addison? How you doing, man? Who's better, McCall or Addison? I don't know. That's tough right there. That's tough. And then you have Central and Classical. Classical just don't want to play Central, man. I ain't even kidding. Like, it ain't even a lie. I seen the correspondences. Let's just say, emails get leaked to me once in a while. And I seen the correspondence that Classical did not want to play Central. They didn't want no part of it. Actually, Classical, Coach McCall recommends having an all-star game for Providence on Thanksgiving. Like, that's how bad McCall don't want to be in the rotation with Central. It's like, are you real? Like, come on, man. Classical will whip up on Central. Nah, I'm capping. I don't believe that at all. But they should definitely. Rumor has it that St. Ray's named Daniel Wolfe starting quarterback. That's what rumor has right now. So, see, I told you he ain't flying under the radar, Coach. St. Ray's needs Wolfe to starting quarterback. And we've seen Wolfe get a lot of work over at Breakthrough. So, yeah, St. Ray's names Daniel Wolfe the starting quarterback today. What do you think about that? Interesting. Wow. So Pilgrim and Barrington also at West Warwick. And then at 7:45, Mount Pleasant and Hope High School at Conley Field. And then September 2nd at 4:45, North Smithfield, Mount St. Charles. My guys are ready to get back on the field. Coach Piver and the kids over there Matter of fact, let me give a big shout out to my people over there at North Smithfield High School that got played. They got played by this guy. They got played. You know, poor kids, man, making them out to seem so guilty. But where is it? Here we go.
On the game fields, at practice, all the time, you know, we represent the Northmen. We would never ever, you know, put that in danger. You know, we wear that with pride. And, you know, when we all heard about this at first, you know, it was a scary thing because we didn't know what was happening ourselves. You know, everyone's asking us questions and it hurts to, you know, the only thing we can say is, you know, we don't know. We don't know what's going on. We wish we could tell everyone what's going on, but we don't.
Big shout out to North Smithfield, Coach Piver over there holding it down, man. Got them kids working on a 6 to 9 p.m. schedule. You know, I think if North Smithfield can come out of the beginning of their schedule on the winning side, I'm not saying you have to win them all, but if you can win a couple in the beginning of the year, North Smithfield might be okay. But they play Ponagansett at North Smithfield High School. So you have Coach Jimmy Cook, Coach Cliff Fulton's over there. I heard Coach Sasso is really putting them kids through a great workout program. And they get Anthony Alejandro. I like saying that. They get Anthony Alejandro, who resigned from Shea High School. He was the head coach, a.k.a. co-coach. I don't think they were too happy with me today over at Shea. I don't think they were. I mean, I'm just saying it how it is. You know, I think that if you take the citywide athletic director job, then you knew damn well that you should not be coaching. And that's all I am saying. And then you kind of recreated the wheel so they can allow you to coach. It's just not right. They're definitely like, it's a conflict of interest. You know, you got bigger things to worry about in Pawtucket. Worry about that. And I already kind of hear, like, I would bet when they do that Pawtucket High School, Coach Camp will be the coach of that high school. We're saying that today. So North Smithfield and Scituate. Now we heard what Scituate has the other day, a couple days ago. Our boys got their butts whooped tonight by Cook and crew. Oh, really? Oh, that game was tonight, right? So how did Ponagansett look? Tell us about it. They said our boys got their butt kicked. Scituate, you know, like, I gotta say, when Scituate went out to the went out to the lineman camp, sorry, I had to read a message. When Scituate went out to the lineman camp, them boys competed. I gave them a whole lot of credit for what they did. Going out there, competing, being a small program. You know, Coach Garduzio comes in trying to build it up after what Coach D destroyed. Like, that dude, like, it's ridiculous that he is still coaching. He may not be in high school no more. Oh, all right. It was at practice. Okay. He may not be at. Oh, all right. I'm sorry. Oh, yeah. They're making them boys work. You guys got a great new quarterback coach, passing game coordinator. Anthony Alejandro is now the new Ponagansett. He's now a Ponagansett coach. But when I was looking at what Damon brought over, you know what Damon's doing over at Scituate, I mean, he's definitely putting kids in a good position. And, you know, with 20, I think they have about 23 kids. Where is it? Yeah, they got about 23 kids over there at Scituate, so it's definitely gonna be we're gonna break down Scituate High School this week actually. Where was I? Because I don't want to get off track. We're definitely gonna break them down. Now I gotta see. Now I gotta go all the way back to where I was. Oh man, I gotta go back to RAIL. But yeah, we're definitely. I want to talk a little bit about Scituate High School too. Coming up this week. You know, Eddie Insco is trying to call me, but I am live right now. So very excited to have him too for our quarterback coach. Yeah, you know, from what I hear, I don't know Anthony Alejandro. I reached out to him for a comment, and he had no comment about what happened to him at Shea. But that's actually all gonna come out in the wash. We actually heard a lot about that today. You know, but I'm sure he's glad to be at Pontigansett. He is definitely in a better place at this time. Pontigansett, is that becoming a new Alabama? Someone said Pontigansett is the new Alabama. They put coaches in a position and then they go on their own and do their own thing. I kind of laughed at that a little bit. But yeah, Alabama. Coach Cook. Alabama. All right, where was we? Funny. Of course, now this should go to load. RAIL needs to step up their website. But while this loads, where is it? Check out West Warwick's new uniforms.
Oh yeah, and here's the black. The home, black on black with orange. Yeah, that's how we do it. That's how we're gonna roll with the Wizards this year. The new debut of the new home uniforms. Yeah, I can't wait. Oh boy, it's on. It is on.
I think West, Coach Pennington, needs a little more swag. Shout out to my guy, Coach Pennington, man. Great, great guy. Shout out to the Wizards' new uniforms. They also have, no, I can't believe this. I'm trying to get this thing to upload. So we already know about the Cranston Stadium ones. So you have injury fund coming in a couple days. We talked about the West Warwick injury fund game. I'm just waiting for this shit to upload. Frig, man. Yeah, we were talking about the Mount Pleasant and Classical. That one should be, you know, a pretty evenly matched game. I already told you Classical's running from Central already. Rogers and Portsmouth, all the games at top of field have been changed to September 1st. North Smithfield and Scituate, we'll see how them games are holding up. Pontigansett at 4:45 and Scituate. Cumberland High School in Central Falls, Blackstone Valley Prep, Cumberland High School. Everybody knows what happened over there, and there's nobody to blame but Lima himself, because Lima don't bring in Chris Skirka. He don't get exposed for doing what he did. Why is it all the Hall of Fame guys, man? So if Lima don't bring in Skirka, this don't happen.
One thing I was.
And it's our business to keep up with the
Thank you, appreciate that. So yeah, I think if Lima don't bring Skirka in, this shit isn't happening. Then Central Falls, Blackstone Valley Prep plays East Providence High School. East Providence had some great injury fun games as well. I know they played Davies over there. They played Mount Hope. You know, did Pontigansett give East Providence a run for their money? I'm just kidding, Jimmy. Calm down. Calm down. Jimmy's my guy. And then at 5:30, North Kingstown High School in Charahoe, we get to see what the Alabama coach Slammer is going to do. And the big bad, Dave Cato. You know Dave Cato, the former Tolman coach that went to West Warwick High School and decimated that program. Yeah, that one. And then NK and EWG. EWG having some serious injury problems already to start the season. You know, I think they scrimmaged against themselves, I think, the other day. But they already have some injury problems. I hope them kids heal up fast. Give Mikey Washington a call at Recover Rhode Island. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye and see what happens over at EWG. And I just have no confidence in that coaching staff. Never mind the staff. I just have no confidence in that head coach. North Kingstown and SK. SK, I think they got some good players this season. So we'll have to see what happens at that injury fund game. Them games might be a little bit later. I think the Westerly game is like 8 o'clock. North Kingstown Westerly. I think that game has been moved to 8 p.m. according to Coach Dunbar. 5:30 p.m. Charahoe and EWG Pro Football. We will see these injury fund games. I know they're only 2 quarters, but we kind of get to see how a lot of these guys match up. Some people go into these games wanting to win this injury fund game. Look at last season. We need that W. Well, you didn't get that W, buddy. Charahoe and Narragansett, that's going to be at NK, as well as Charahoe and SK. On Charahoe and Westerly. And then I think the first week of the season, Westerly and Charahoe, that game is at Charahoe. EWG and Narragansett. EWG and SK. EWG and Westerly. They put EWG over at NK. Wow. You put EWG over at NK. Narragansett and SK. Narragansett and Westerly. SK and Westerly. So all these teams, SK, Westerly, Narragansett, North Kingstown, and you put EWG in with them programs. Are you shitting me? Are you serious? Sorry, I have to do a couple of Hail Marys and an Our Father. North Smithfield, Mount St. Charles Co-op in Smithfield. Burrillville and Smithfield. Them games will be at North Smithfield High School. And at Cumberland High School hosts Davies Career Technical. Davies is probably going to take Division 4. Smithfield might stand in their way. Cumberland and Tolman. Davies and Tolman. Cranston West and LaSalle. Cranston West and Moses Brown. LaSalle and Moses Brown. And again, the Topper Field injury fund games will be September 1st. I believe that's Thursday. The Rogers Tiverton game, Mount Hope and Tiverton. And then at 7:15, North Smithfield plays Johnston High School at North Smithfield. North Providence is going to be playing North Smithfield. Who else is going to be up there? Johnston, North Providence. They're all going to be up at the North Smithfield. And then Cumberland and Shea up at Cumberland. I'll be at 7:15 p.m. So we get to see what Shea does. We're going to have to see who Shea brings in as a coach and see what happens. Cumberland High School in St. Ray's. Shea High School in St. Ray's. That's going to be at Cumberland. I think I'm scheduled to do the Shea Westerly game. Looking forward to that. I actually can't wait. A lot of games I can't wait for. Cranston West and Coventry. And then that pretty much, I think that's some, oh, no. Let's see. North Smithfield, Juanita Sanchez. Lincoln, Cumberland. And then, September 3rd, we're ready to start the season. Bishop Hendricken is going to be traveling to Mount Senior Farrell for that game. And then, a non-league game, Narragansett and SK, Barrington and Burrillville, Lincoln, Johnston's going up there to Lincoln. We'll see what they're going to be some great, great games week 1. The injury fund game is going to be lit. I heard Ponagansett beat up on their kids tonight. Shame on you, coaches. Doing it the tough way. Ponagansett is saying that we may have a lot of kids, but we are small in size. We are young. We're not the same team as we were last season. We will definitely see. Does anybody believe that? Right now, Max Prep, here's the team rankings. LaSalle, Bishop Hendricken, Westerly ranked 3 according to Max Preps. North Kingstown ranked 4. Portsmouth ranked 5. Now, Max Preps is how the league does their rankings now, so you got to go by Max Preps, right? And I hope a lot of you coaches, because if you're not putting your kids' stats up, they can't be talked about. Portsmouth taking on the top 5. So according to Max Preps, LaSalle, the number 1 team in Rhode Island, followed by Bishop Hendricken. And then Westerly Bulldogs, the number 3, the third team in the state. North Kingstown, number 4. Portsmouth, number 5. Cumberland, number 6. Who do you think's number 7? St. Ray's pulling up number 7. And I know people probably got problems with this. Central, number 8. The 8th best team in the state. Burrillville, 9. St. George's, the top 10. And so right there is the top 10 best teams in Rhode Island to start the season. LaSalle, Hendricken, Westerly, NK, Portsmouth, Cumberland, St. Ray's, Central, Burrillville, and St. George's. I know y'all probably, I don't know. I like what Max Preps does, so it is what it is. Check this out.
Listen, no one's going to give you more coverage. No one's going to be at more games. No one's going to be more informed. I'm not just some guy sitting in his basement spouting off about who's winning games and who's doing what. We're real. The rebellion is real. Providence Journal coverage is going to be real this year. It's almost here. 3 days away.
That's my boy.
We see what happened to the last dude tried to. Yeah, I bet he probably went home and cried. I bet he probably went home and cried too.
I bet he probably went home and cried too. Remember this one, the Division II protection program?
Now deal with it. We see what happened when the last dude tried to. Yeah, I bet he probably went home and cried too.
Shout out to my guy up there. Let's see what else we have. All right, big shout out to Candyland Inflatable. I hope you're going to support the podcast. I appreciate all the help we get. Thank you to the donations we got this week. I actually bought a new boom mic stand. Really appreciate that. Appreciate the support. Big shout out to Coldwell Banker, Mark Wright. Appreciate your support. Appreciate the support of Rally Point. The only way to stand is together. Definitely always listen what the kids have to say. We're stepping over state lines this year. We're going to go down to the Bronx, talk some high school football. Big shout out to At Recover Rhode Island. Breakthrough Elite. Always there to sponsor the Can We Keep It Real podcast. The Lyman Challenge. Big shout out to Coach Goodhart and his staff. Keith Croft, man. Challenge yourself like never before. Elite football schools. We'll see if we can chop it up with Coach Croft. Coming up pretty soon. And listen, big shout out to Dola Design, custom made home decor, Warwick, Rhode Island. And thank you to Sean Preece for coming on the show tonight. Definitely reach out to the Air Force, if you're interested in having them coming out to your program. At Air Force Providence is how you can reach them. And I think.
Hang him! Hang him! Somebody light me up! Boom! We too deep! We too deep!
Hello. Goodbye. Farewell. So long. I said hello. Goodbye. Farewell. So long. I said uh-oh. Did the truth come out again? If life is like a movie, then you know how it ends. They say babies are just like the angels.